Welcome back to the EMT Spot's Blood Pressure Podcast. I'm Samuel Harrison,
And I'm Olivia Harpert.
and we are back for another deep dive. You know, it's amazing how just tweaking what you eat can actually make a difference in your blood pressure.
Absolutely, it really can.
So today we're going to be looking at omega-3 fatty acids and how they can impact your blood pressure.
Yeah, these are incredible fats.
They are?
You find them in things like fish, flax seeds, walnuts.
Yeah, so before we go any further, can you give us a little bit of like a breakdown of what exactly are omega-3 fatty acids?
Sure, so they're a type of polyunsaturated fat, and there are three main types that you've probably heard of: ALA, EPA, and DHA.
Okay.
ALA is mainly found in plant oils like flaxseed oil,
Right.
and then EPA and DHA are the ones that you find in fish and seafood.
So if I want some good, heart-healthy fat, I got to hit up that seafood count.
Yeah, exactly. Fresh, fatty fish like salmon,
Oh, yeah.
tuna, those are your best bet.
Those are good ones.
But there are options if you don't eat fish. Walnuts, chia seeds are a great source of ALA, so you can still get your omega-3s.
Okay, so we've got these omega-3s swimming around in our salmon and hanging out in walnuts. But how do they actually work to help our blood pressure?
Okay, so imagine your blood vessels are like tiny highways.
Okay.
And sometimes these highways get a little constricted, making it harder for the blood to flow through.
Right.
Omega-3s, they act as like traffic controllers, easing that constriction
Oh,
by reducing the production of certain hormones.
interesting.
One of them is called endothelin-1,
Okay.
and that is known to clamp down on blood vessels.
So less constriction means smoother traffic flow, which means,
Lower blood pressure,
yeah, omega-3s, they're like the superheroes of our blood, keeping everything flowing.
keeping the traffic moving.
Exactly. And does research back this up?
It does. One study found that people taking omega-3 supplements saw their systolic blood pressure go down.
That's the top number, right?
Yes, the top number.
Okay.
And it went down by an average of 4.51 millimilli Hg.
Wow, that's a pretty big drop.
It is.
What about the diastolic?
Diastolic went down too by 3.05 millimilli Hg.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And for people who don't have hypertension, so they don't have high blood pressure to start with, they saw a 2 to 3 millimilli Hg reduction in diastolic pressure.
Wow, so we're seeing like actual measurable results here.
We are.
But I have a feeling that there's more to these omega-3s than just blood pressure.
There is. They're involved in so many processes in our bodies. Our hearts, our lungs, our immune system, our endocrine systems.
Wait, are you telling me that they can impact everything from like fighting off a cold to regulating our hormones?
Yeah. And DHA, one of the omega-3s, is highly concentrated in our retinas.
Really?
So good vision is another benefit of getting enough omega-3s.
That's amazing. We started off talking about blood pressure. Now we're talking about clear vision, strong immune system, balanced hormones. This is like a whole body wellness package.
It is. But remember, not all omega-3s are created equal.
Right.
If you want to get the full spectrum of benefits, you need to make sure you're getting the right types.
So if someone's listening to this right now and they're like, okay, I need to up my omega-3 intake, where should they start?
Food is always the best place to start.
Okay.
If you like seafood, salmon, tuna, other fatty fish, those are excellent sources of EPA and DHA.
What if you don't like fish, though?
You can get ALA from plant-based sources,
Okay.
like walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds.
So there's options out there for everybody.
There are.
Now, what about the omega-3 supplements?
Yeah.
We hear a lot about those.
Yeah.
Do they have a place in this?
They can be good, especially for people who don't get enough omega-3s through their diet alone.
Right.
But it is important to talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian before you start taking any supplements.
Always good advice.
Yeah.
So we've covered omega-3s, where to find them, how they work their magic, and the incredible array of benefits.
Right.
But I have a feeling that there's more to the blood pressure puzzle than just this one thing.
There is. Lowering blood pressure isn't just about taking one magic pill. It's about taking a holistic approach to your health.
Okay, so it's like building a house.
Yeah.
You need that solid foundation and all the pieces working together.
Exactly. And in this case, the foundation is maintaining a healthy weight.
Okay.
You'd be surprised by the impact even a small amount of weight loss can have on your blood pressure.
So even shedding just a couple pounds can make a difference in those blood pressure readings.
Absolutely. For every kilogram you lose, which is about 2.2 pounds, your blood pressure could go down by 1 millimilli Hg.
Wow.
Might not seem like much, but those small wins add up over time. And speaking of building blocks, let's talk about what we're putting into our bodies.
Okay.
Our diet plays a huge role in managing blood pressure.
So what are those dietary superstars that we should be adding to our plates?
Think vibrant, colorful meals.
Okay.
Packed with whole grains, fruits, and veggies.
Hmm.
You've probably heard of the DSH diet and the Mediterranean diet.
Yes.
These are fantastic examples of eating plans that can really make a difference.
I've heard those are good for like way more than just your blood pressure too.
You're absolutely right. They're good for your heart, your brain, your gut.
It's like a total body tune-up.
It is.
And delicious.
Exactly.
Who doesn't love a plate full of fresh, flavorful food?
Yeah.
Okay. But I have a feeling that even with the best diet in the world, if you're living that couch potato lifestyle, it's not going to do you any favors.
You're right. Physical activity is another key player in this blood pressure game.
So what are we talking about here? Like, how much should we be aiming for?
At least 30 minutes
Okay.
of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week.
What does moderate intensity mean?
Think brisk walking.
Okay.
Jogging, cycling, swimming, even dancing around your living room.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So you're breathing a bit harder,
Yeah.
but you can still hold a conversation.
Exactly.
Got it. But what about those days where you just can't fit in a full workout?
Even short bursts of activity throughout the day can add up.
Okay.
So take the stairs instead of the elevator.
Oh?
Walk or bike to work if you can, or just get up and move around every hour.
Yeah, every little bit counts.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got healthy eating, regular exercise, anything else that we need to factor in.
We can't forget about smoking and alcohol.
Right.
Quitting smoking and cutting back on alcohol can make a big difference in your blood pressure management.
I've heard smoking is especially harmful to blood vessels.
It is. It damages your blood vessels and it increases your risk of heart disease, which is linked to high blood pressure.
Wow, so it's all connected.
It is. And there's one more crucial element that we need to talk about, and that's stress.
Oh, yeah.
We often underestimate how much stress impacts our blood pressure.
But stress is like a part of life. How can we eliminate it?
You can't. It's unavoidable. But the key is managing it.
Okay.
When we're stressed, our bodies release hormones that make our blood vessels constrict, and that leads to a temporary spike in blood pressure.
So over time, that chronic stress can contribute to high blood pressure.
Exactly.
So what can we do about it? I mean, life is stressful.
There are things you can do.
Okay.
Things like meditation, deep breathing exercises, and even just spending time in nature.
Those all sound really nice and relaxing.
Yeah.
I have to admit, meditation has always seemed a little intimidating to me.
It can seem that way, but it doesn't have to be complicated.
Okay.
Even just 5 minutes of focused breathing can make a difference. There are lots of apps and guided meditations online. It's about finding what works for you.
Okay.
And weaving it into your routine.
So it's about finding those pockets of calm.
Yes.
And the chaos of everyday life.
And remember, it's not about being perfect.
Okay.
Some days you might nail your meditation practice, and some days you might just manage a few deep breaths. It's all progress.
Yeah, it really is about, like you said, taking that holistic view.
Yeah.
It's not about making crazy changes overnight.
Right.
It's about those little sustainable things that you can do that can really add up over time.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head. Think of it like creating a mosaic. Each healthy choice, whether it's adding some salmon to your dinner or taking a few minutes to breathe or squeezing in a walk, it's like adding another beautiful tile to your overall well-being.
I love that analogy. It takes the pressure off of being perfect.
Exactly.
It's just about those small wins.
Yeah.
And they all add up.
Yeah. And you don't have to do it alone.
Right.
Your doctor or registered dietitian can help you create a personalized plan.
Yeah, like a health coach in your corner.
Exactly.
So we've covered a lot today. Omega-3s, we debunked some myths about fats.
Yeah.
We've looked at all kinds of lifestyle changes we can make to manage our blood pressure.
Right.
Is there anything else you think our listeners should know?
I think it's important to remember that everyone's journey is different. What works for one person might not work for another.
Right.
So it's all about finding what feels good for you and what you can stick with long term.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to experiment. Try different types of exercise. New healthy recipes. Explore different ways to manage your stress. You might be surprised what you discover.
That's great advice. It's not about following some strict set of rules.
Exactly.
It's about finding what you enjoy that makes you feel good.
And
of course, always talk to your doctor.
Of course.
Before making any big changes to your diet or lifestyle.
Yeah, they can help you determine what's safe and effective for you.
Exactly. Managing blood pressure, it's a journey.
It is.
Not a destination.
Not a destination. It's about making those consistent, healthy choices day after day.
Yeah, building up those habits.
Exactly.
Until they're just second nature.
Yeah.
It's like that saying, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Right.
or in this case, a bite of salmon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Small steps lead to big results, and you might even enjoy the journey.
Well, that brings us to the end of another deep dive here on the EMT-Spot's Blood Pressure Podcast.
It's been great talking about omega-3s and all the little things we can do to take control of our blood pressure.
I'm feeling inspired to make a salmon salad. And maybe try out a meditation app. What about you?
I'm always up for a healthy adventure.
To all our listeners out there, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Remember, knowledge is power.
It is.
And the more you know about managing your blood pressure, the better you'll be able to live a long, healthy, and happy life.
And don't forget, small steps lead to big changes. So start incorporating those healthy habits today. You'll be amazed by what a difference they can make.
I'm Samuel Harrison.
And I'm Olivia Harper.
And this has been the EMT-Spot's Blood Pressure Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this episode with anyone who you think might benefit. And we'll see you next time for another deep dive.